Looking at rates. Rates are a part of our everyday life. Speed compares distance with time. Household appliances are given energy ratings. Casual workers are paid using an hourly rate. So, what a rate is it is this way that allows us to compare the size of one quantity with that of another quantity. So, it's a method of measuring the change between two quantities of different units. Rates are usually expressed in terms of how much the first quantity changes for 1 unit of change in the second quantity. So let's think of Wendy. She's typing 600 words in 8 minutes, and we want to know how many words per minute she can type. So our first thing is we want to write it as a rate. So 600 words divided by 8 minutes. So that's 75 words per 1 minute. So we would write it as Wendy types 75 words per minute. Sometimes it's more convenient or useful to express a rate using a different set of units. So rather than expressing a speed in kilometres per hour, we may want to express it in metres per second. We need to convert the given units in each quantity in the rate to the required units before we can simplify our rate. So at what rate in kilometres per hour are you moving if you're on a bus that travels 11.5 kilometres in 12 minutes? So our quantities are 11.5 kilometres and 12 minutes, but our question is saying we need to express this in the rate kilometres per hour. So firstly, we need to work out how many minutes 12 minutes is in hours. So that's the same as saying 12 divided by 60 or 0.2 hours. So we then write our rate as a fraction, so 11.5 over 0.2, which would give us 57.5 over 1. So we can say that on this bus you were travelling at 57.5 kilometres per hour. For this one here, we want to write the rate in the units specified. So we're given 60 kilometres per hour and we want to convert that to minutes per second. So we first need to set up our rate as a fraction. So we've got 60 kilometres divided by 1 hour. We want to convert the top and the bottom of the fraction to the required units. So because we're going from a big unit to a small unit, we are multiplying. We'd have 60 times 1,000 metres to give us how many metres we have, and we do 1 times 60 times 60 to give us how many seconds we would have. So that's going to give us 16.666 repeater metres per second. So to solve that to one decimal place, we'd say therefore 60 kilometres per hour is equivalent to 16.7 metres per second. If we wanted to convert 20 metres per second to kilometres per hour, how we do that is we'd first set up our rate as a fraction, so 20 metres over 1 second. We then convert the top and the bottom to our required units, just like we did before. However, this time we're going from small to big, so we need to divide. So we do 20 divided by 1,000, 1 divided by 60 divided by 60. So when we put that into our calculator, brackets are really important. We want to have our bracket, open bracket, 20 divided by 1,000. That's converting our metres to kilometres, and then we want that to be divided by, again, we need our brackets, 1 divided by 60 divided by 60 and bracket. So whatever was on the tops in brackets, whatever was on the bottoms in brackets. We hit equals, that gives us 72. So our solution would be 20 metres per second is equivalent to 72 kilometres per hour.